Scientists have been searching for new and renewable energy sources for years. Today, this is one of the key challenges for sustainable development and environmental protection. Renewable energy sources are also a resource available in similar quantities all over the Earth, making it possible for each country to use them independently, making it energy independent from others. In 2019, wind and solar energy production in the European Union surpassed that of coal for the first time, meaning that in most places wind and solar energy has become competitive and even cheaper than fossil fuels. The share of renewable energy in energy consumption is expected to grow steadily in the coming decade. In today's episode, we will see what a turbine looks like, what a wind farm is, and how it generates energy.
Przede wszystkim wszędzie na świecie zauważalne są.
Climate change is noticeable all over the world. Even now, we are seeing extremely hot summers. We hear more and more often about forest fires, heavy smog. People have always been looking for some alternatives that would not have such a strong impact on the natural environment. That's why we turn to natural energy sources, which surround us, like wind, sun, and water. Compared to conventional energy, renewable energy, whether it is wind, solar, or hydro, uses natural processes present in the environment, like wind or water and their energy. The wind blows, and it hits the blades, driving the generator inside the nacelle, which converts mechanical energy into electricity.
Przetwarza energię mechaniczną na energię elektryczną.
A big advantage of renewable energy is that it's practically unlimited. It's great that wind turbines can harness energy from the wind. There are many types of turbines that can collect energy from wind or water. It's fantastic that the world is moving in this direction, because we can continuously benefit from what nature provides. Working with wind turbines offers many opportunities and is very interesting. For example, I get to see how the wind's energy is converted into electricity through various mechanisms like gears and generators. But generally, it's great that we can use the energy that is around us to power homes, and that we can use this electricity every day. I've only been with this company for a short time. I wanted to try something new, enter a new industry that aligns with my interests. I feel like I'm growing here, and I'm not ruling out staying longer than in previous jobs. What fascinates me about renewable energy is how it's all around us and never runs out. This field provides many opportunities and experiences that are also valuable in everyday life. I'm the lead specialist in wind turbine operation. I work at the Karvice wind farm in West Pomerania. I've been with the company for 6.5 years. Since my daughters were small, I've always worked in the energy sector. For them, it's normal that Dad works with wind turbines. They always mention the turbines. It's really nice. It's something different. In schools, during career days, my kids always say that Dad works with wind turbines. People call them many things: wind turbines, windmills. Older folks often say windmills because they remember the ones that spun in the fields in the past. But when I talk to people, I try to use the term wind turbine because it sounds more professional, and it's good to teach the correct terms. A wind farm is a cluster of turbines in one location, usually connected to one main point, the collector substation or power station. where the electricity produced by the turbines is transmitted underground to people's homes.
Prąd wyprodukowany z turbiny jest przesyłany kablami w ziemi i dalej idą do mieszkańców, do ludzi. Każdy dzień
In this
nie
line
jest
of
taki
work,
sam. To
no
nie ma
2 days are the
monotonii
same.
pracy przede wszystkim.
There's no monotony in this job, even though all the turbines may look alike. Inside, everything works differently and wears down differently. I enjoy everything about this job. There's no boredom here.
To znajdujemy się w
We're at the Karvice wind farm, which has 16 turbines, each with a capacity of 2 megawatts, or 2.5 million watts.
Roczna produkcja całej farmy jest w granicach 180
The farm's annual production is around
megawattogodzin,
180 or 180 million watt hours, which can power about 63,000 homes.
co może zasilić około 63 tysięcy mieszkań.
The farm was put into operation in 2015.
W 2015 roku. Na początku każdego dnia przed
Every day
przystąpieniem
starts with a
do
short
prac
technical briefing,
odbywa
where
się
tasks for the
krótka,
day are assigned to
odprawa
technicians.
techniczna, podczas której,
This is also a time to
technikom,
discuss any technical or
zdawane są
organizational
tutaj
issues for the
dzisiejsze
day.
zadania, pracy. To jest też czas, żeby przedyskutować jakieś kwestie techniczne bądź organizacyjne na dany dzień. Następnie
After
po
reviewing written
zapoznaniu
orders
się
and
z
instructions,
pisemnymi poleceniami
they gather all the
oraz
necessary parts and materials, then pack the tools into special bags and head out to the turbines to begin work.
Czyli konwekcjonowane są wszystkie potrzebne części lub materiały eksploatacyjne, przygotowane narzędzia do specjalnych toreb transportowych i po zakończeniu tych zadań przejeżdżają pod turbinę, gdzie jest już przygotowanie bezpośrednio do prac.
Praca na farmie wiatrowej w Karwicach polega na
Working at the
utrzymaniu
Karvice wind farm is all about maintenance. In other words, we aim to keep the turbines running and producing electricity, because the most expensive turbine is the one that's not working. So it's nice to know we're responsible for producing as much energy as possible. Turbines generate the most electricity when the wind is strongest, so we don't get in the way. The construction process starts with checking the flora and fauna conditions. Of course, wind measurements are taken over 2 to 3 years to ensure the site has good wind conditions. Before that, the area is analyzed to see if it's suitable terrain-wise.
Lokalizacja w ogóle ma wystarczające właściwości wietrzne. Oczywiście wcześniej to było też poparte
Meaning no
analizą,
hills or dense forests nearby.
czy
Flatlands are ideal.
ten obszar ma
That's why offshore turbines produce more power, and they're less affected by weather changes compared to onshore farms.
Górek, zbyt dużego zalesienia, tak? Tylko idealne są warunki jak najbardziej płaskie, dlatego
But we still find good locations on land that offer favorable conditions for sufficient energy production.
Więcej energii, są powiedzmy mniej zależne od zmian pogodowych w stosunku do farm wiatrowych na lądzie, ale oczywiście na lądzie też znajdujemy odpowiednie obszary, gdzie te warunki są sprzyjające i ta produkcja energii jest zadowalająca.
At first, we build turbine foundations and then install the first tower sections.
Instalowane pierwsze sekcje wież.
After adding more sections, nacelles, and blades, we move on to the final electrical connections, configuration, and testing to ensure the turbine is ready for safe operation.
Podłączeń elektrycznych, konfiguracji, testów, tak aby gotowa turbina mogła zostać oddana do bezpiecznej eksploatacji.
We're at turbine number 9 at the Karvice wind farm, one of our 16 turbines. This one is a 2.5 megawatt turbine. Together, all the turbines generate 40 megawatts of power at full production. Their annual output can power about 25,000 homes, which translates to about 70,000 people yearly, assuming the wind is favorable.
W ciągu roku, oczywiście przy założeniu, że jest dobra produkcja, czyli wiatr. Żeby wejść w ogóle do turbiny,
To enter the turbine, you need to climb some stairs. It might sound unusual, but sometimes turbines are placed at ground level, which can cause flooding. In our case, the turbines are elevated, preventing moisture from getting inside, which is crucial for a structure like this. The turbine is 100 meters tall. Each blade is exactly 48.7 meters long, so together they form a 100-meter span.
I w ten sposób powstaje rozpiętość 100 metrów. Każda turbina wiatrowa składa się
Every wind turbine consists of several elements. Starting from the bottom, the foundation is made of a large amount of concrete and steel, specially reinforced and inspected throughout construction. The white column you see is called the tower, made of steel and coated with anti-corrosive materials. The tower doesn't come in one piece, but in sections. At the top of the tower is the nacelle. Which houses the machinery that produces energy from the wind. If you listen closely, you can hear the nacelle turning, looking for wind. Up top, motors rotate the nacelle to face the wind. As you can see, I'm not a short person. You can see how tall the turbine is compared to me. It's really impressive when you stand under it. The larger the diameter created by the blades, the greater the swept area, which means it can collect more energy from the wind. This leads to more stable operations, even at lower wind conditions and speeds. At lower wind speeds, it can also reach its nominal speed and power output. A wind turbine, or windmill, is a very tall structure. It's 100 meters tall. Only when you get close to it do you realize its immense size. From a distance, though, it doesn't look so majestic and large. Many people think it's a small dot on the horizon, far away and quite short. Only when you realize that the nacelle, the machine room, is the size of a bus, sometimes even a larger bus, you understand how big it is. Inside, the machine room is a spacious area equipped with specialized equipment for generating electricity. One wind turbine can generate 5,000 megawatts per year, and since the average household uses 3 megawatts annually, one turbine can meet the needs of about 1,650 households. We are now at the base of the wind turbine.
Taki jeden wiatrak jest w stanie zaspokoić potrzeby około 1650 gospodarstw domowych.
At ground level, you'll find a rigid voltage switchgear designed to protect the transformer located on the floor below. Right now, we're standing above the transformer, and here's the control panel responsible for stopping and starting the rotation of the wind turbine.
zatrzymanie, uruchomienie, obracanie turbiny wiatrowej. W przypadku, gdy wchodzimy na turbinę, przekręcamy.
When we enter the turbine, we turn the operation switch mode off, so the monitoring team knows we are on the turbine.
Mamy przycisk urządzeń do
We also have an emergency stop button for the wind turbine, which I'm pressing now.
W przypadku, gdy skończymy pracę,
When we finish our work, we just need to press the start button.
musimy mieć
To climb up, we need a prepared, inspected harness.
Uprząż składa się, jak widać, z kilku elementów. W
The
przypadku,
harness consists of several
gdy
parts,
podest,
as you can see.
będą warunki
In case the platform fails or there are adverse conditions like a storm, we have to descend the turbine via a ladder.
turbiny.
That's why we have a harness to protect us from
W tym
falling.
przypadku mamy właśnie taką uprząż,
Now we're heading
która
up.
chroni nas przed upadkiem.
We'll be climbing the ladder to the first platform, where the converter and the suspended platform are located.
Sekcję, gdzie się znajduje konwerter oraz podest ruchomy wiszący. I jesteśmy teraz na
We are
poziomie.
now on the first level.
Znajduje się tutaj podest,
Here's the platform used for transporting people and equipment to the top.
osób i towarów, narzędzi na górę.
As you can see, there's not much space here. Two adults struggle a bit to fit, but we manage. A platform is much better than a ladder.
Dajemy radę, lepszy podest niż drabina.
When working on a wind turbine, you have to be comfortable working in confined, cramped spaces, and you can't be afraid of heights or confined spaces, as it would hinder the job. And now we're going up. The maximum load of this platform is 250 kilograms, which is 2 people. The trip from this level to the top takes about 5 minutes. We've arrived at the top level, where the platform stops. The final step is to climb the ladder using a slider, which acts as a safety mechanism. We're now in the nacelle. The most important component here is the generator, which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. There's also the gearbox, which increases the torque coming from the rotor shaft, driven by the wind. Now that our journey is almost complete, we shall get rewarded with a view. To see something, we need to approach the hatch. Look at this! This is the view we get every day while working. We're 100 meters above the ground. We're inside the nacelle at a height of 100 meters. We're 100 meters above the ground. We're inside the nacelle at a height of 100 meters. During our service work, we step outside, with safety measures in place, to inspect the connections, sometimes using ultrasonic devices. And at the same time, we get to see the landscape from a different perspective, from above. This is the cherry on top and makes it worth working here. This view, the peace and quiet.
Ten widok właśnie, ten spokój.
When I started working in the wind industry, there were far fewer wind farms and turbines installed.
całkowicie dużo
Over the
mniejsza,
past
ilość
10
turbin
years,
zainstalowanych
we can
dużo
clearly
mniejsza,
see the
więc,
increase in the number of wind
przede
farms
wszystkim,
and turbines,
możemy
meaning our green
spokojnie
energy
dookoła
source is
nas
expanding,
obserwować,
which
że
is, of course,
wzrost
a positive
ilości
development.
farm i turbin, zainstalowanych,
Renewable
czyli tego,
energy in general,
tego naszego
whether from solar
zielonego
or wind
źródła
farms,
energii jest coraz
will
więcej.
continue to
To
grow in
jest oczywiście
Poland.
pozytywnym aspektem. Odnawialna energia
In the case of wind
ogółem
farms, there's likely to be a bigger focus on
na pewno
offshore
będzie
wind
rozwijać się
farms,
w Polsce, czy to będą
which have
farmy
much greater
podwodnej,
capacity
czy
and
nie,
efficiency in generating energy.
wiatrowe. W przypadku farm wiatrowych pewnie będzie troszeczkę większy nacisk na farmy wiatrowe morskie, które mają odpowiednio dużo większą moc i efektywność produkcji energii.
Jest taka możliwość, że turbina
There's a
przy
possibility
maksymalnej
that a
produkcji
turbine at
będzie
maximum
cały
production
dzień
could generate enough
w stanie
energy in one day
wygenerować
to
energię,
power a
żeby
household for a
zasilić
whole year.
domostwo, przez cały rok. Turbiny wiatrowe są podciągnięte pod
Wind turbines are talked about within the context of ecology because they are low emission. Regarding their characteristics, you could say, in short, there's no smoke, just clean energy. I think that in terms of environmental protection, this is the future. As we keep saying, it's the future. It's important to care for our
tyle
planet.
ciekawe, że jeśli chodzi o ochronę środowiska, jest to przyszłość. No, tak jak powtarzam, jest to przyszłość.
Warto dbać o naszą planetę.
And investing in the
dlatego
development of
inwestowanie
wind turbines
i
and
rozwój
renewable energy
rozwiązań
sources fits
odnawialnych
perfectly
to
into this effort.